guys, welcome to SD Show. And today's episode is all about I'm trying to bring you information about how to get admission in one of the medical schools in Turkey. And today I'm trying to feature one of the medical students in one of the universities in Turkey because there are some information that you guys need, which is the only person who can give you that kind of information is the students themselves. Their experience is very important because whatever I'm going to tell you, I'm not a medical student, so I cannot give any information without featuring the real person. I mean, the victim must be inside the video. So I'm going to feature one of the medical students in the video. So stay tuned as we continue. And if you're new here, try to like, share, and share with your friends because as this show, we try our best to bring in the best story, the best narrative, the best what, the best source of information that you want all about Turkey. So stay tuned. Good afternoon, Dr. Ramazan. Today, as I contacted you yesterday, I wanted you to share your experience or to tell us because you're a medical student, and I want some information to share with the audience. You know, they are very special to us. So sometimes we have to give them the right information. I don't just want to sit down or look at what they say on the internet and give them the information. No, because you are in the system. You are in the medical field, so you know how it is, how the medical students or the foreigners are going through while they're in Turkey. But there are some questions I just want to ask you. Just 4 questions that I want to ask you. So, if you're ready, I would like to start the question. Anyway, can you introduce yourself to the people?
Ramadan or AKA Ramose.
Yeah.
In Tanzania, studied medicine in
Just a minute. Those who don't know Ramazan also has a YouTube channel. He's also a YouTuber. And he also tries to bring you very special episodes, always like technology, information about Turkey, Tanzania, Africa. So he combine everything together to share with his audience. So those of you who are here, you can also try his channel and get some information right from his place also about how to get there are other stuff. I don't want to talk much because you just go to his channel and check it. I'm going to leave the link also in the description that you can subscribe to his channel. So Mr. Ramazan, let's go straight to the point. I don't want to keep you waiting because you are a very busy guy. So I just want to go straight to the point. So I have 4 questions for you. And these 4 questions are the questions that most of my viewers normally ask me or through WhatsApp, through email. So I want you to clarify some things for them. So the first one is, how can someone get admission in medical school in Turkey?
So getting admission, like we have two perspectives. Either you focus on state or private universities. Let me start from private universities. Private university, most of them, like they care about your money and stuff like that. They're after money, right? So they can enroll you using your normal like certificate from your country if you use maybe high school or whatever, but sometimes they might require SAT to get admitted as well. Some of them, a few of them, like they require this yours, which you say is a foreign student examination, right? But for public, which are state universities, most of them like is mandatory to have the IOS exams. So students can get enrolled. You know, medicine is one among the most like how can I say expensive or qualified department. So getting enrolled in that department needs the high GPA, the high grade, high scores, whatever, how you can take it. So like for those people who taking yours, sometimes you find from people getting from 90 to 100 in that range is where you can get admitted into medicine. The other range like below, maybe from 90 coming to 80, which is total marks, like I mean from the exams, you can get admitted to engineering department. They go on ranking from that level. So medicine, for people who want to be enrolled in medicine, if you want to use like if you are normal certificate from your country, it must be very good. The results should be the top, like the best. And even if you're using SAT too, you should have great scores to get admitted. That's all. Like the high grades will give you medicine. The less grades you can go to start other department. I don't need to mention them to show that they are low. No, but
Yeah,
just
exactly.
low grade, other department. High grade,
Exactly. because you guys are dealing with human beings. So any mistake, the life is gone. So the most important thing is that you have to be very good and extremely careful in handling this kind of situation. So I understand. So let's go to the second question. So the second question is, how is it like to study medicine in Turkey?
Well, studying medicine, I think like there are great opportunity. Like for someone studying medicine, you get to explore a lot, especially if you interact most like with hospital, like lectures or professors. Let me say doctors, because some lectures are doctors as well at the same time. So if you interact well with them, you can enjoy like that. Also, there's some facilities, learning facilities are somehow improved compared to most of our countries, which we come from. I don't know about others, but for my own perspective, I can
Yeah.
say that. So it is well, like studying medicine is well as well. Like is affordable for people fast, and also you get to explore a lot if you are so interactive like with lectures and doctors who they work in the hospital, because every university, like every medical university, is attached to a hospital. So where you start at the same time you are nearby the hospital. So the more you enroll with them, keep attached with them, you learn a lot from them. So I can see it's a good
So
opportunity.
this, all right. So this kind of like the student, how is the relationship between the student, the foreign student, and these doctors in the school? The foreign students, how the relationship between the foreign student and the doctors in the school?
I don't know much about different cities and stuff like that, but to the cities where you find maybe foreigners are few, right? And it depends to a like how you interact with lectures. So the more you become more interactive to lectures, like you respect them. You don't understand, you keep in touch with them. Like you after lesson, you go after them, maybe asking them. They are very kind, and sometimes they even offer like a separate time for you, because if you study medicine, like sometimes you find you are learning in English, but not 100%, right? So sometimes there are some things you don't catch up with. The more you interact with them, the more they get you closer. Like sometimes they can tell you maybe you don't understand, you can be coming to my room, I be giving you a lesson, like maybe evening lesson, which is different from normal session, like, and it's not payable, like it's just the lectures, they are empathy to your success. That's what I can say from my own perspective, but we differ because some people might be maybe different personality and they can't find it in this way. So from my perspective, I can say in that way. Like
All right.
it's so
All right. Thank you. So let's go this the third question. Do they teach in English or Turkish generally?
depending on the percentage of English offered from the university.
All
If
right.
the percentage of English is 100%, if it's 100, that means they accommodate a lot of foreign students. So foreign students, they have power to complain, like to claim their right to be taught in English. And but if the percentage of English is less, that means you can find you are the only
Foreign student. Yeah, I understand.
the
Then
celebrity in the
then we become
department.
celebrity in the classroom.
You can't catch up with that, and they don't have power to say over anything, because if lecturer prefers to teach in English, he or she, they will just be teaching only one person. The rest are neglected,
Neglect.
which is
Yeah.
inevitable. So if someone wanna apply medicine, first thing to advise, someone should consider the percentage of English offered. If it's 100%, I guarantee it's better you go over there, even if they won't teach 100%, because even if they won't teach in 100%, but at least the notes, slides, and stuff like that, most of them will be in English. So at least even if you don't understand lectures, you can catch up with the English slides. And one more thing to add over there is like the teaching, it doesn't become 100% English, because you are a doctor, you want to interact with the native, like which are patients aren't from English speaking countries. So the first 2 years, which are basic medicine, like basic learning and stuff like that, those will just be learning in the class. They might be in English 100%. The third year, you start learning about diseases and stuff like that. At that moment, you try to accumulate like diseases. At the same time, you start like going to hospital, but not attending patients. You try to approach the hospital like learning and stuff like that. So at that moment, you need like to start catching up with language, the Turkish language. So the fourth year and fifth year, the huge percentage will be in Turkish. No matter your university like is in English 100%, but you need to know Turkish because you'll be talking to native who are Turkish and they know Turkish. None of other language you can speak with them. So even if you know well, like you know how to diagnose someone from this perspective about that perspective, but if you don't know the language, then you are nothing. Like you can't communicate with them. So even if it's 100% or 30% or 20%, whatever percentage of English is, but the final years, like which are most you can say like two years, which is maybe 3 years, maybe four, fifth, and sixth, because we start 6 years. So those years you need to know Turkish at least. But I've already catch up with Turkish for this beginning year, 3 years, yeah.
All right. So the fourth one, let's go to the last one. And I really like how you elaborate the questions. I really like the questions. I really like the way you answer them. And it is more details. And this will also help a lot of people out there that also want to apply to these medical universities in Turkey. Because sometimes there are information that we normally get before we come. The information we get is not the same thing what we are saying here. You understand? Because sometimes you are not the one doing the application for yourself, you're not the one doing the things for yourself. Someone will do it, and he's not going to provide you with the tangible, the right information. So when you come, you see like what you have heard is different from what is going on here. You see? So I really like the way you put the question, but let's go to the fourth one so that we close. What advice will you give to these our brothers, sisters, or uncles or aunties back home, those who want to come and do medicine? What advice will you have for them when they come? What do they need to do first, or what they need to do in order to catch up with the system as a medical student?
But what advice can I give? Because medicine is one among the hardest department all over the world, no matter what language do you pursue it, whether it is your native or second language or another language like which you are learning from. So the only advice is someone to keep in focus and to know the system, like the teaching system in the particular university. Like how should you be studying in order to catch up and pass the exam? That's the only thing someone should know, and you should try to study hard. Even if you are lazy, medicine is difficult. So whenever you are moving, just know I'm going to study medicine. Medicine is difficult. I need to study, no matter it's in English or Turkish or any other language. But medicine is difficult. Even the Turkish, they study in Turkish, but still some of them they don't pass the class. You see. So that means they study in their native language, and we study in English, which is our foreign language, maybe. And others maybe they study in English and Turkish, which are also our third language. Like second and third language is not our native. So can you imagine how hard it will be? Yeah, someone is studying his native language but still can't pass, and you are studying your second, and some of them in third language. Maybe like me, my second language is English. So if Turkish is my third language, so how hard will it be? But still, you can make it. If other brothers and sisters can make it, why not you? So yeah, so whenever you go to any university, don't keep on negativity, like stuff like that. It is hard, you can't make it. For you can't do in this way. As a foreign student, you can't get this grade, you can't do that. Don't let anyone spike those things into your mind. Just know that if other people have done it, why not me? So I'm among those people who can make it in this way. That's the only advice I can say, yeah. But none of it, without studying, you can't make it. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
medicine.
All right. Thank you for accepting or to agree to join us today to share your ideas to these my wonderful viewers. And guys, if you don't know Ramazan, he also has a YouTube channel. A collaboration with him, where back and forth in Ankara before he moved to his city. Very soon, after the corona, I think he will come back to Ankara so that we do more videos. So guys, try to check his channel. So Mr. Ramadan, thank you for joining us.